Content and context. Now, exactly, yung tanong is, exactly, how did you analyze the content and the context of the entire press conference?
We considered several factors, Your Honor, in the analysis of that content and context.
Several factors. To be exact, kung alam mo, ilang factors kinonsider nyo?
At least four.
At least four.
Your Honor, number one, the delivery or manner in which the utterances were spoken.
That's one.
Number two, the literal meaning of the statement, Your Honor. Number three, the nature of the instruction, and number four, the relationship between the parties, sir.
So four factors. Now, Attorney Lotok, let's go to the first factor. No, let's go to the first factor, the delivery of the manner in which the threats were spoken. What made you say that the respondent was both serious and real when she uttered those threats?
Objection, Your Honor, calls for an opinion.
Your Honor, Your Honor, if I may.
Based on his investigation, counsel, he may testify as to that. Witness may answer.
Yes, Your Honor. The Vice President was furious and fuming mad when she uttered those.
Could you repeat it? Furious and?
And fuming mad, sir.
Fuming mad. Furious and fuming mad. Now, what made you say na yung Vice Presidente was both furious, and fumingly mad?
Well, nakita ho namin dun sa video nung niran ho namin, Your Honor. If I'm not mistaken, I think more or less 8 beses ho siyang galit na galit at nagmumura at minumura yung Presidente, si First Lady, and then si former Speaker of the House, sir.
8 beses.
If I'm not mistaken, more or less, sir.
Now, and then you're referring to the video. Now, in what particular portions of the video, okay, did the Vice President hurl invectives or sa Tagalog, pagmumura kung sa Cebuano, pamalikas, kung hawaray-waray, buyayaw. Mga ilang beses? 8? In what particular portions?
Your Honor, if I may refer to my notes.
You may do so.
Thank you, Your Honor.
In the interest of time, Your Honor, please, while the counsels are doing that, I move that the previously marked and identified Exhibit P-Roman numeral 4-10, which is the flash drive containing the video of that press conference, be unsealed in the presence of counsels from both sides.
You may proceed.
And then you may now answer, Mr. Witness, anong mga timestamps ba ito?
Yeah, Your Honor, from timestamp 53 minutes to 27 seconds, and 53 minutes to 39 seconds.
So 53 minutes, 27 seconds to 53 minutes, 39 seconds. The second timestamp, if you may.
54 minutes to 03 seconds, and 54 minutes to 08 seconds.
54 minutes, 03 seconds to 54 minutes, 08 seconds. That's the second timestamp. What about the next timestamp, if you know?
55 minutes to 42 seconds, and 56 minutes to 07 seconds.
55 minutes, 42 seconds to 56 minutes, 06 seconds. What about the fourth timestamp, if you know?
58 minutes to 38 seconds, up to 58 minutes to 47 seconds.
58 minutes, 38 seconds to 58 minutes to 47 seconds. What about the fifth timestamp, if you know?
1 hour, 02 minutes and 25 seconds. 1 hour, 02 minutes and 32 seconds, sir.
1 hour, 02 minutes to 25 seconds to 1 hour, 02 minutes, 32 seconds. What about the next, the sixth timestamp, if you know?
1 hour, 05 minutes and 08 seconds, up to 1 hour, 05 minutes and 31 seconds.
1 hour, 05 minutes, 08 seconds to 1 hour, 05 minutes, 31 seconds. What about the last timestamp, Mr. Witness?
1 hour, 08 minutes and 43 seconds. And then 1 hour, 08 minutes and 54 seconds, Your Honor.
1 hour, 08 minutes, 43 seconds to 1 hour, 08 minutes, 54 seconds. Your Honor, we move that those 7 timestamps identified by the witness be shown in sequence, Your Honor, please.
So ordered.
Your,
Counsel for the prosecutors will kindly give the flash drive to be unsealed by the witness, as witnessed by counsel for the respondents. Thereafter, for counsel of the parties to kindly accompany each other to the tech booth so that the USB may be played with respect to the specified timestamps of the witness.
Punitin, okay lang.
Utang ina ninyo. Sino ang corrupt? Yung mga congressman na yan na nag nila na kesyo taksil, kesyo corrupt, abusado. Utang ina ninyo. Sino ang corrupt? Itong ginagawa ko eh. Putang ina, hindi mo pala gusto ginagawa mo eh. Bakit mo sinisira pangalan ko? Joel Chua. He did not know what he was talking about. But so incompetent, or he was lying through his teeth to get the votes of people. Ang ina ninyong lahat. Martin Romualdez, Lisa Marcos, Bongbong Marcos.
I think we have two more.
Tapos kami yung nagsisinungaling? Nagpipigil ako eh. Kasi gusto ko lang magtrabaho. Gusto ko lang tapusin nyo na yung show ninyo dyan sa House of Representatives para makabalik na kami.
I think we have two more.
Ang ina ninyo.
I think that will be the last. Your Honor, that will be the last.
Counsel, that's the 7 timestamps.
Let me confirm. Attorney Magallon. Okay, we have one more. We have two more, Your Honor, please. I was told we have two more timestamps, Your Honor, please.
Two more.
Thank you.
Martin. Nangangampanya tayo. Nakasakay tayo sa eroplano. Magkatabi tayo. Nagre-reklamo ka, putang ina ka, walang pera.
And the last one.
Maalis mo man ako sa presidential days, hindi pa rin ikaw ang presidente. King ina mo. Walang buboto sa'yo. Please lang.
Okay, thank you.
Wala.
So, Your Honor, those were the 7 timestamps, portions of the video where the Vice President hurled invectives and profanities. Now, the question is, may I proceed, Your Honor?
Counsel, to clarify,
Yeah, Papa.
that the Vice President hurled invectives, period. Not necessarily against the 3 officials mentioned.
Most of them were against the 3 officials, Your Honor, please.
I only counted or heard 1 or 2. Out of the 7, I heard Representative Chua, but he's not one of the subject matters of this case. But just for the record, does the witness confirm that? Out of the 7 timestamps, there are approximately 2 or 3 that mentioned either all 3 or 1 of the top officials. Would that be correct, Mr. Witness?
I think more than that, sir, if you can see the
Make your
context.
voice louder, louder.
If I'm not mistaken, I think 5 times referring to either Martin Romualdez or Lisa Marcos or the president.
The rest were either congressmen or a particular congressman.
If I'm not mistaken, sir. Yeah.
Counsel, you may proceed.
Now, Mr. Witness, etong mga 7 timestamps kung saan nagmumura yung Vice Presidente, why is this a factor in classifying her threats as serious and real?
Yes, Your Honor, it's very much factor because we want to establish the intent of the Vice President, and that intent is crucial in our investigation. We want to determine whether those utterances made by the Vice President were just a product of a temporary fit of anger. Was it just spur of the moment? Or were they really serious, actual, and real threat?
So what was your conclusion?
Your Honor.
So what was your conclusion? Was it serious, real?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Okay.
Serious and real.
Let's go to factor number 2. So 2 out of 4 factors now. Sinabi mo yung literal meaning ng mga utterances ng Vice President. Yung literal meaning, why is this a factor in your conclusion na seryoso at totoo yung pagbabanta ng Vice Presidente?
Yes, Your Honor. Klaro po dun sa utterances ng Vice Presidente. Even before the online press conference held on November 23, 2024, the Vice President had already contracted a person to kill the President, Lisa Marcos, and the former Speaker, Your Honor.
Siguro, so the public will understand. I want you to answer in Tagalog. Ba't mahalaga sa inyo, sa investigasyon nyo, na yung pagkukontrata ng tao na papatay sa Pangulo at dalawa pa, nangyari ito bago pa man yung press conference? Ba't mahalaga sa investigasyon mo yan?
Yes, Your Honor. Mahalaga ho yan para sa amin. Basically, it's indicative of intent that the utterances was deliberately made of by the Vice President, and it really shows serious, actual, and real threat, Your Honor.
All right, now, Attorney Lotoc, let's go to the third factor. Yung third factor is now sinasabi mo, yung nature ng instruction. Now, could you tell the public and the court, ano bang ibig sabihin ng factor number 3, nature of the instruction?
Yes, Your Honor. In those utterances, the Vice President said, wag kang tumigil hanggat hindi mo sila mapapatay. It shows persistence on the part of the Vice President, that she was determined to carry out those utterances. And from the point of view of law enforcement agency like the NBI, it's alarming for us, sir.
It is alarming from the point of view of law enforcement agents. Now, in Tagalog, if you may, ba't mo nasabing nakaka-alarma yung sinabi ng Vice Presidente na yung instruction na huwag kang titigil hanggat hindi mo napapatay ang Pangulo, ang unang ginang, at ang former Speaker ng House of Representatives? Ba't mahalaga? Ba't alarming yan?
Well, Your Honor, pwede hong mag-take advantage yung ibang grupo dyan, ibang individual. God forbid may mangyari sa Vice Presidente for one reason or the other. Matitrigger ho ngayon yung instruction, and then papatayin ngayon yung, God forbid again, ang Presidente, Lisa Marcos, ang former Speaker. And in fact, even yung triggering na phase na yon, pwedeng mag-take advantage doon yung ibang grupo, thinking na pag in-assassinate natin ang tatlo, ang sisisihin ang Vice Presidente. So marami hong angulo, Your Honor, para ho sa amin sa law enforcement. Medyo magiging disorder, magiging chaotic, magiging anarchy yung society pag hindi siya na-address. Yun po yung sa amin as investigator, sir.
But was she not only joking, Attorney Lotoc?
Objection leading, Your Honor.
Your Honor, there's basis to that, Your Honor.
Sustained. Reform your
Okay,
question.
now, let's go to, let's proceed, Mr. Witness. So far, you mentioned, ito yung mga factor, no? Manner, literal meaning, nature of the instruction. Ano ba yung fourth factor kung alam mo?
The relationship between the parties, meaning the relationship between the Vice President and the President, sir.
Now, what about the fourth factor? No? Why is it significant to investigation?
Well, in one of the utterances made by the Vice President, she characterizes the relationship with the President as toxic. Your
Toxic.
Honor. If I'm not mistaken, at least 3 times niya binigyan yung term ng toxic, referring to the relationship between her and the President, sir.
Now, what were your reasons, if any, that made you conclude na nasabi na ng Vice President na toxic yung relationship niya between her and the President?
Objection calls for an opinion, Your
Your
Honor.
Honor, investigation.
Witness may answer part of his investigation.
Una, yung resignation niya as Secretary ng Department of Education. Pangalawa, yung utterances niya noong October 18, nung sinabi niya na I realized toxic na itong relationship. Gusto kong tanggalin yung ulo niya ba? And then I imagine myself cutting his head.
What else, if any?
The reaction of the recipient of those utterances, Your Honor, the reaction from the President himself, sir.
So the reaction from the President himself. Now, you already mentioned kanina ano yung reaction ng President. Yung tanong now, Attorney Lotoc, is, why did you consider yung reaction ng mga recipients ng pagbabanta, kagaya ng President, let's focus on the President, ba't nyo kinonsider yung reaction nila?
Well, we want to establish whether the recipient of those utterances felt intimidated by those statements, or did they took it serious and actual threat. Material ho sa amin yun, Your Honor, if only to establish the mens rea of
Mens rea ng krimen. Now, let's focus on the President. No, let's focus on the President. Ito yung premise now. Based on your investigation, no, what was your impression of the President based on his reaction? Was he intimidated?
Well, yung opening statement ng Presidente, ang sabi niya, nakakabahala ang mga narinig natin itong mga nakarang araw. Ito'y isang kriminal na pagtatangka. Papalagan ko to. Yes, Your Honor. The President took the threat by the Vice President as serious and real.
Now, Mr. Witness, aside from yung reaction ng mga recipients, we focus on the President. Ano pa yung ibang mga factors na kinonsider nyo kung meron pa man?
Yes, Your Honor. We find it, this is from the point of view of the investigator, we find it disturbing when we try to compare the utterances made in October 18 and the utterances made in November 23. And may nakita ho kami doon, at least 3 o 4 na medyo, sabi ko nga, disturbing from the point of view namin.
Disturbing. 3 or 4 na disturbing na?
Na utterances, Your Honor.
Utterances. Now, let's go to that. So you said you compared the utterances in October 18 tsaka November 23. Sabi mo, you found at least 3 or 4 disturbing statements. Tama ba? Now, ano ba yung 3 statements na ito?
Your Honor, we are trying to establish the patterns and the consistencies of those utterances. For instance, nung October 18, ang sabi niya is, walang number 1 ang Pilipinas na to. Para sa akin, number 2 lamang ito. Walang number 1. And then we compared it in November 23. Ang sabi niya, ni-reiterate niya, I do not recognize anybody above me. That's number 1, Your Honor. The number 2, ang sabi niya nung October 18, hindi marunong maging presidente yung nakaupo, kasalanan ko ba yon? And then we compared it in November 23, ang sabi niya doon, this country will go to hell because that person who's sitting, sabi niya, is doesn't know how to be a president and who is a liar.
All right.
The number 3, ang sabi niya sa October 18, meron akong 5 impeachable offense na alam kay BBM pero papasabad dyan sa House. Siyempre hindi. Then, kinumpare namin yung November 23. Ang sabi ng John, sabi niya doon is he was lying through his teeth para makuha lang yung boto ng mga tao. And then nagmura na siya, PI ka, BBM, Lisa Marcos, and Martin Romualdez, Your Honor.
What do you mean by PI?
Putang ina, sir.
Okay. You said that you found these 3 comparisons disturbing.